So here we are at Rachel Zoe, and she very much wanted the girls to look like that kind of fresh-faced, golden glow. We're using this kind of, she wanted this ox blood kind of colour as a stain, as a matte stain on the centre of the lips, and just kind of putting it on with your middle finger and dabbing it out so it has no harsh lines, so it almost looks like you could have like been bitten or kissed. And gelled out eyebrows and curled eyelashes, and just that's it. It's just sort of, they look really kind of glowing, fresh, and a little bit naughty.
The direction is like when you put your hair in winter inside your coat, you have this loose hair in the front. Basically what we're doing, we create a low ponytail with loose hair, very soft in the front. We put an elastic in the back. We put hair around the elastic, and we're finishing by the double force hairspray.
You know, it's amazing to sort of come up with something and really kind of want something to become real, and then when it actually does, you're like, oh my God, it like all started from this. So the original inspiration was a very kind of 60s, 70s London equestrian moment, and like jodhpurs and really cool jackets and beautiful kind of very stiff white shirts and things like that. But then I didn't want it to get too old, I didn't want it to get too serious, so then I kind of infused these very kind of Baroque kind of rock and roll tougher elements in it. So you'll see a different girl throughout the show, just kind of like, it starts off kind of softer and equestrian and super sexy, and then it gets into a bit tougher and lots of leather and some like silver kind of gunmetal leather sequins and things like that. But of course there's always glamour and femininity.
I was just telling Rachel, and I was telling her husband Roger, I said, this really was, I mean, I think she's actually hit her stride, because the last shows, I mean, she's got her whole boho chic is definitely her look and everything else, but this one, it just had, it had more confidence, it had more muscle, it just like, and I mean, and also the samples look good. I mean, this is always a key in fashion. How do the clothes look on the runway? I mean, you know, the styling and everything else, but also the clothes really look good, and it was just sharp and polished. It still had the boho chic. I thought this looked very modern, and you know, not overstyled either. I thought it was really sharp.
She just styled my Cosmo cover that I just did, so I've been a big fan ever since then. I think she does a really good job of like mixing chic and just being really together with still not looking too girly and still looking rocker.
The challenge in fashion is having something that's got, you know, that's not like overly tricked up, and you have to do that on the runway to make things really like magnify and really project. But I thought there wasn't a lot of gimmickry here. I thought, you know, she does the bell-bottom pant, you know, she does the fitted jacket. You know, it was black, but there was a little bit of color here and there. I thought it was a very strong collection, focused.
The bags, everything. I try and kind of make the entire brand cohesive and everything makes sense together. So that's hats, bags, shoes, and jewelry and everything like that. And it's about kind of putting little elements into each category, but not so literally. So it's not like having like saddlebags and, you know, but it's having like a very kind of modern take on that. It's hard sometimes. I mean, this time of year it's very hard. I get on a plane tomorrow to race back to LA for the Oscars. So, I mean, it's all very, it's a lot, you know? I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. I go to the shows that I can get to in between fittings and then go back to the office. And, you know, I have a lot of friends that are these designers that been friends for a long time. So it's important to me to always go out and support, you know? It's an idea. It's always an idea. It's something that excites me. It's something that I love. It's something that inspires me, whether it's how I dress, whether it's how I see women dress, whether it's in my travels around Europe, and I'm like, I love that look. But I mean, the equestrian lifestyle is something I've always admired and thought was incredibly kind of sexy and cool without trying. And that's always kind of the underlying theme in my collection, is I just want it to never be too forced, and I always want it to be cool and effortless. Something that I always keep in my mind is, you know, just kind of having something for everyone.